Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back for Season 1, Episode 17 of Delicious in Dungeon. Last we got, what was the name? Cleaners. The Cleaners and the Dried in Sweet Sake. That's what the name of the episode was. And in the beginning of the episode, we saw the Cleaners very quickly, limited amount of time, but it was really cool. There are these things that go around the dungeon and repair all the spots that are destroyed by dungeon dwellers, and they're in different forms. There's little tiny like buggy looking ones that are like worms that are almost like a nanotechnology in a primitive form, and then there are other things that do it more quickly. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they could have explained it a little better. They still do explanations very well in the show. They didn't do a bad job, but I just like everything in the show, I want them to deep dive into like more explanations of exactly what is happening, because it was interesting to me. But I'm sure we'll get back into it, and if we don't, we know enough about it to understand the world of the Cleaners. We also saw this zombie looking dude inside the wall that was sort of warning Laios, and then we had to go into the wall, hide from the Red Dragon, and then we met Shuro and his team. There was a giant cow spider. You guys told me in the comments, you explained things very well. I forget how to pronounce her name, but it's like Asabi or something. I have such a hard pronunciation problem with all of Shuro's people. We learned all of their names. Tade is the only one I could say besides Shuro without having to think about it. But there was like at least 3 other members, all of which we got the names of. In my head, I see them, but I'm not even going to begin to pronounce them. But one of them, the one that is the stealthy ninja who also was with Kabru and was like, yep, black magic, she was able to turn into, and correct me if I'm wrong, but she was able to she was able to turn into what you guys said was like a cow spider. And that was what was wrapping up Laios in a web. I didn't know what was happening right there. I thought maybe Laios was suffering from poisoning still, and he saw her in this form, but something else was happening. But nope, it really was her turning into this thing and wrapping him up. At the end of the episode, like I said, the one ninja girl was with Kabru. They had to step out. I thought it was hilarious because he's like, could we have a private moment, me and Shuro, meaning Laios? And she could hear everything. I'm like, this girl is a ninja. Even if she couldn't hear, she could probably stealthily go over there and listen to everything you're saying. And sure enough, she did. And right away, she's like, black magic. He brought Fallon back with black magic. And then the episode ended with us seeing Fallon as what you guys told me is a Chimera. And this episode is called Harpy / Chimera. So I didn't know what we were looking at the end of the episode. The episode froze on that scene while I was talking at the end. And I was like, is she sitting in front of something or is she part of something? Because you could see feathery things coming out of her neck, and I assumed it was her body. But I wasn't 100% sure what I was looking at, and you guys told me, and I'm assuming we're going to find more about that out now. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see these in full unedited. We just finished Shogun. Chucky Season 3 ends next week. X-Men 97 only has like 2 or 3 weeks left. We had 4 shows going on all at once, and all of them are ending like the same 2-3 weeks. So we're going to have to start some new ones, but this is going to be going for another while, I feel like. We're also doing, if you want Patreon, you can request your own show or movie over there at the tier level. That's why we do Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, My Hero Academia, Toriko, and Bleach, Jackie Chan movies every month. There are thousands of other movies and shows over there. In the description, link for Patreon. Go request your own. If not, Season 1. Episode 17, Delicious in Dungeon. Shuro's gonna cut his head off. I mean, wow, no, he's not.
How shameful. For her sake, it would have been better if you had just let her.
Enough!
If it was you in that situation instead, you probably would have done the same thing.
I know that.
Agreed.
The way he acts really annoys me. I think the Red Dragon
I can understand that, honestly.
Look, it has a monster in it. We used black magic.
I say it all the time.
Laios
blows things off like it's...
You what?
I honestly thought he would understand.
He's been through a lot too, remember?
I've lost count of how many times he saved me during our adventures. Ever since I've known him, he's always been so wise and cool-headed. I'd hate for our friendship to end like this after all we've been through.
That's good. Harpies. I know what harpies are. Harpies attacking. Tade is a monster.
He told them everything, so now Shuro knows how we revive Fallon.
What? What even then? Looks like the ninjas are handling things just fine.
Look at the cow spider is so
how many others
friggin'
know
creepy,
about
but
it?
awesome.
Four at the moment. If anything, they're probably looking for the people who stole their
love
loot and
it.
food. By the way, back when you used that black magic, was there evidence left?
We've got to burn your stuff now, Marcel!
Wait, listen to me! If we even get to the point where we're inspected, then it's already too late!
Oh my god.
Look!
Oh my god, it's the Chimera.
The hell is that thing?
It's friggin' Fallon.
It's...
It's half Red Dragon, half Fallon. I can't believe we saw her so quick. And it's straight up Fallon. Like, you can't mistake it. And she murdered 2 people.
This can't be happening.
She looks horrifying. And she looks like she's lost her shit.
It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. You have wings, feathers, and scales now.
I mean, it's cool looking in a horrific way.
Red, Inutare! Don't hurt her!
Restrain her. Oh my god. Ethereal music plays. Well,
Capture her, but don't hurt her. How am I supposed to do that?
yeah, how do we do that? How do we capture and not hurt her? Look at the size of her.
All right, come on out.
It isn't even hurting her. The axe barely went into the scales. Oh, cracked her neck. Fallon just killed maybe 5 people.
And Undine, are you the one who's controlling it?
Don't you care how many people you're sacrificing?
We just lost
just
4
to
or 5
protect
people,
This
maybe
one individual that's not even her anymore. It's just a monster.
And Laios goes, oh my god, you look awesome. Like, what? So she still can use magic too. Oh, great.
No, Morelli, hey.
Dude, this guy's gonna die now too. We just lost 6 people. I don't even know what to say or do.
Move aside!
Half of our group with ease.
Under to say, open!
This might electrocute her and put her down a little, maybe.
All monsters are dangerous.
The music is great. It reminds me of the end battle.
Me, brother.
But is it a trick? Is she actually using it against him? Oh, God!
Lungs, kidney,
Look at Kabru!
heart.
That's the move they teach you. All the vital organs. He just got. Oh God, Kabru's out.
My sister's soul is more than likely being controlled by the Lord of the Dungeon.
We're having a discussion while she's painfully. Oh, Kabru is dead. Lungs, kidney, heart. She's not even dying.
Whoa, hey! Everyone come to me now!
We are the only ones left. Like, where's Chilchuck? Is Chilchuck in there? Well, she ran away. There's
She
Ren.
might return here. Let's take the wounded back to the barrier.
Take the
And as
wounded.
for the dead, do you want us to gather them?
No, please keep them where they are.
Why revive me next?
Because she could
I
revive
got the
too.
impression you're a pretty powerful spellcaster.
So maybe she could help
So I
revive.
assumed you could cast healing.
Hey, if it's a simple revival spell, then I...
No, it's because of the dragon meat. Paired up with your black magic!
No, wait! Then there must have been some kind of spell placed on the red dragon's
He literally
soul.
said it.
I'm taking Marcel to the elves of the west. I cannot bring myself to kill that thing.
There has to be some other way that we can...
No, there isn't! Are you even hearing yourself right now?
Our plan is to defeat the Mad Mage. The Red Dragon was clearly following some kind of order it was given.
For once in your life, can you try to take things sip?
That's what you get, Shuro. You're acting the fool.
We've been eating 3 meals a day and getting sleep, which means we're able to take this more seriously than anyone else can!
Shut your mouth!
Tell me more about other countries. Oh, you're gonna eat? I'll come too!
Maybe you should get better at reading the room, Laios!
I'd finally made my very first friend on the island!
That sincere look in your eyes while you shove your burdens onto everyone else!
If you include me, there are 7 dead, 1 heavily injured, and then 3 missing. Cast anything strange, and I will cut you down.
At least we're somewhat working with her. Rin is okay. I forget the dwarf woman.
It's me!
They're still beating the shit out of each other?
My lord, everyone has been revived. We still haven't located Asabi.
It was the ninja
She'll
girl?
find her way back.
She's one of my
I'm
favorites.
returning to my country.
I mean, they're all kind of cool in their own ways.
I won't be coming back to this island.
Did she accept your proposal?
I don't know.
If somebody gets proposed to, if you ask somebody to marry you, and they need time to think
Never
about
met
it,
a woman as fascinating as her.
they are
It's
beat
this
up.
side of you, Laios,
That I hate.
that I envy.
Okay.
My last attack was meaningless.
No, I was able to learn several things because of it. There are lots of monsters like basilisks, Cerberus, and Scyllas that have multiple brains. It's common for Chimera types.
He says he'll defeat the Mad Mage. There are definitely people who come into the dungeon who are more skilled than him. Whoever manages to defeat the Mad Mage is said to obtain the entire country. What will this man do when he's in possession of this country built by black magic and all these monsters?
We're all here except Asabi. What is that? Eggs? What is he making there? Eggs. Happy egg omelet. Oh, the harpies? Oh, harpy egg. I thought a happy egg.
And she found a
I
few a
saw
little
nips.
while ago.
I almost half think...
Preparations for the returning spell are now complete.
I'm fairly confident you'll perish even before reaching the Mad Mage. Ring the spell. I'll send one of my people to help you flee to the east.
I'm glad that we met. I got so much out of talking to you. Well then, see ya.
Next time?
There's no turning back anymore. I had a feeling it was gonna turn out like this, and
They
I was
just left
right.
Asabi?
Damn it.
Things will work out somehow.
All right, everybody, that is it for episode 17, Delicious in Dungeon. That was a long one. They're usually like under 20 minutes. By the time I cut out the end and beginning credits, we're already almost into 30 minutes, and I didn't even talk yet. But here's my only issues with it. The episode was awesome. It might be one of the best episodes yet. The whole thing with Fallon being a chimera, jumping in the first like 5 minutes and straight up murdering everybody. Not everybody, but I think they said 7 died, 3 went missing, and the only ones I remember that made it out alive, Kabru died. It was Laios. Holm put like a little cocoon around him. We had Marcel. Chilchuk was still alive. And Shuro. I think those are like the only people that survived. There was like 5 survivors. Fallon came in, Chimera Red Dragon body, and just housed everybody. Kabru did the most damage. Kabru was like, I ain't fucking around, jumps on top of Fallon, lungs, liver, heart. And I was thinking the same thing. As soon as she didn't go down immediately, I'm like, this thing is so big. Look at its body. Like her body's coming out of the neck. So her body, to me, was the neck, not where the organs would be. Or there are multiple sets of organs. So she was hurt by this, but there was still like a heart, lungs, and liver in the bottom portion. Either way you slice it, no pun intended, she survived. She did run away, though. It was enough to get her to run away. We're like telling people, don't kill her. Try to restrain her, and everyone's just dying. Thank God they were smart about it. They had Holm revive Shuro's girl that could revive first, so that we had double revivers. And then we revived everybody. I thought we might have to sacrifice somebody because they were still, even with the second reviving girl, making it sound like we didn't have enough ability to revive everyone, but we did. They said everyone was revived. We had 3 people missing, but then we only had Asabi missing. So I'm guessing that it looked like when they were showing the montage that McBell was hiding or something, and Tade was in a wall, so maybe they didn't see Tade till they started, rounding everybody up. It could have been one of the other girls on Shuro's team too, but either way, they started with 7 dead and 3 missing, and we ended up with everyone alive and just Asabi missing. But then they're just like, all right, let's use a spell and go back to the surface and regroup. I understand they probably need to do that to like come back with Authority and get Asabi, but they basically abandoned one of their people. Like how we're like, we're not giving up, we're going after Fallon. We aren't giving up, and we're going after somebody. I mean, is a chimera just a chimera, or is it specific chimeras? Because I feel like he said there are many different kinds of chimeras. She's a red dragon one, if there is different kinds. And we're not giving up. We just saw her house 7 people. And probably more would have died. 3 were missing. So, I mean, she took out 2/3 of the group with ease. And we're just going to go back in without a second guess. That is Laios for you. But the rest of the team followed suit. And Shuro's like, yeah, I lost one of my party members. Let's go back and rest and eat. I mean, we also did say to Shuro that, dude, you need to rest and eat. You have like no common sense right now. You're beating up your own people after you just said in the beginning of the episode, I guess I would have done the same thing had I been in that position. I probably would have used black magic to save Fallon. It's one of those things where now hindsight's 2020. Now you're like, oh, now that I see she's a giant scary chimera that's murdering everybody, how dare you use black magic? And he's lashing out at us. Go get some rest, fix your shit, and come back. And Kabaru even said, I'll see you again. But he's worried about the whole Mad Mage thing. What'll happen if Laios does succeed and the tales are true and he becomes the next Mad Mage? Or do you run the dungeon as you see fit and the Mad Mage is just a Mad Mage because he's a lunatic? Who knows? We don't even know if the rumors are true. But he's kind of worried about that. But honestly, a guy like Laios might be the best suited for such a job because he's a lunatic in a good way. He's like crazy and almost nonsensical, but in a positive way, where you might want a guy like that running the show, at least more so than a guy that's negative or immoral. But I'm going to go edit this up. You guys let me know what you think. You want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see these in full as far as humanly possible. We just finished Shogun. We also are finishing Chucky Season 3 this week, X-Men 97 in 2 weeks. If you want your own show or movie recommendation, or request, I should say, over on Patreon, you could ask me to watch anything under the sun. There is a tier level to do so. That's why we watch Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, My Hero Academia, Toriko, and Bleach, Jackie Chan movies every month, thousands of other movies and shows full unedited in the description, link for Patreon. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!